It was a regular night in the neighborhood, and all seemed calm until I happened upon the horrific crime scene. My milk jug missing its cap. This could mean dirty business. I needed to look for clues. Cap on the counter. Are there any milk glasses in the sink? No, this meant only one thing. Not only did someone steal my milk, they drank straight from the jug. I was not about to let this horrific criminal go, so I collected a swab from the rim of the jug, hoping there would be some DNA. Then I began forming a list of all possible culprits and set about collecting their DNA. When the gels returned from the lab, I set about analyzing them so that I could make a substantial allegation. Due to a lack of resources, I could only run the analysis with 2 VNTR loci, but this would be sufficient for my purposes. The bands represent the approximate length of the individual's VNTR locus, with shorter repeats traveling further down the gel. Since individuals receive one VNTR allele from one parent and one from another parent, this process can be used in paternity testing, and in our case DNA fingerprinting. If an individual shares multiple VNTR lengths with our DNA sample, it could suggest they committed the crime. This first row is the swab I collected from the crime scene, and the next row is my own DNA. Since the milk is mine, it is important that I rule myself out of the suspect pool. It is apparent that I share no allele with the sample, so that rules me out. The first suspect is the milkman. Since he delivers the milk, I figure he had an opportunity to commit the crime, but it is obvious he only shares one allele with the sample, so he is ruled out as well. Suspect 2 is my brother. He has been acting suspicious since I began my investigation, and sure enough, he matches both alleles. This does not mean he is guilty, but we cannot rule him out at this stage. The third suspect is my mother. We can see that both my brother and I possess an allele we inherited from her. Despite her previous milk-thieving record, I thought she was the culprit for sure, but she matches at only one allele, meaning she must be ruled out. The final suspect is the maid, and though my interactions with her have been perfectly cordial, she matches the sample at both alleles, so she must remain a suspect. Now that our suspect list has been narrowed down to my brother and the maid, we can examine the second VNTR locus. The first thing that jumps out is the match between the milkman and the sample, but we must remember that he was cleared at the first locus, so this match is entirely coincidental. Since the maid matches the second locus at only one allele, and my brother matches at both, I have to assume that my brother is the culprit. Now I can plot my revenge.